And a very good evening to all my viewers out there. It is right now Monday, December 27th, 2021. It is 8:55 p.m. and we are here on Mont Royal in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. There you go. We're right here on Mont Royal. There's the higher elevations. And it is a very cold night here, where I was going to go check out the cross of Mont Royal, but I'm going to save that for another night. But I decided, why not do a little walking video, while I'm here. It's going to be a very short video. The reason being, it is -8 or -9, but with the wind chill, it feels like -18. Now, I love the cold. I love being outside. As you can see, not many souls out tonight here on the mountain. Seen a couple of people jogging. Kudos to them, Anyway, so yeah, it is a bit cold, especially when I'm holding the camera. My hands are a bit numb, but hey, it was worth coming up here. Very beautiful. And according to my GPS app that I just downloaded, we're apparently 147 meters above sea level, and that's about 480 feet, I think, according to the calculation, the converter on my phone that I looked up before. But yeah, very beautiful. You could hear that wood creaking. And we're walking in, I guess it's kind of the east direction, northeast. And again, it's not going to be a very long video. My hands are already numb. I could put gloves on, but it's harder to hold the phone. But I figured, I haven't been to Mount Royal in ages, and I figured I'd come here and do a little walking video, albeit very short. There's a swimming pool down there. I don't know if you could see it. That used to be a swimming pool that was open to the public. I think it was open to the public, and they closed it down. And it was a very well-known swimming pool. A lot of people used to go there. And right there, straight ahead, is the infamous Allan Memorial Institute, which, of course, I did a video on that. I'll post a link on my profile. That used to be, I think it was a mental asylum. And they did some very controversial mind experiments there. There's a whole story I'll post about it. And there's even rumors that there's a cemetery somewhere, an unmarked grave around here somewhere, where they would bury some of the patients that either didn't have families or whatever the case may be, or didn't have contacts. Yeah, but that is a very kind of spooky building. A lot of history behind it. If you're into ghost stories and real life science fiction, then read the story I'm going to post about that on my description. Yeah, that's again the Allan Memorial Institute. And definitely, even from here, looks kind of haunted. I wouldn't be surprised if there would be some kind of maybe paranormal activity in there, especially up there at the top level where those lights are on the turret. Anyways, yeah. And as I said, very peaceful night here, very quiet. There's the old Royal Victoria Hospital right beside the Allan Memorial Institute. Very beautiful building, very Victorian. And in my opinion, that hospital, if they just expanded it and did some really nice repairs, that would have been a very beautiful building to keep a hospital in. But they are thankfully saving the actual building. I think they're using it as a shelter right now, a shelter for people that are on the street, homeless people, like a warming center, last I heard. So yeah, very historical buildings around here. You can kind of see Olympic Stadium in the distance. We'll probably get a better view soon. Now, of course, we get a much better view from up there of the skyline and whatnot and geographical features, but it's I'm going to save that for another day. For now, I'll just do a nice little basic walk here, maybe for another couple of minutes. Keeping an eye on the battery too, it's about 70%. But of course, in the cold, batteries tend to lose their charge very fast. And it is pretty cold up here. There's an old tree that fell down years ago, and they kept the trunk. A lot of these trees you see here, of course, have been here for hundreds of years. Mount Royal, of course, is a natural mountain. It's not technically a mountain per se. It's more classified as a hill. And there's a rumor that Mount Royal is actually a volcano and Beaver Lake is a crater. That's not actually true. Beaver Lake is man-made. These paths are man-made. From what I understand, Mount Royal was created by lava underground that kind of pushed the ground up. So it wasn't a volcano per se, but it was related to, I guess, molten lava underground. I'd have to look that up again, and I think as well, Mount St. Bruno, Mount St. Hilaire, just to the south of here, are also similar to Mount Royal and how they formed. So there is definitely no volcanoes around here, but I think this is related to, like I said, the lava and the heat during a certain geographical time frame that pushed the ground up and created this hill slash mountain, if you want to call it that. There's a tree that fell down a while back, just precariously leaning on its side. And it seems we're kind of out of the wind right now, so maybe I'll prolong my walking video here. My plan is to actually exit on, I believe it's going to be not Pine Avenue. Yeah, it could be Pine Avenue or around that area. Or Park Avenue. Here's your sign right here. It tells you directions. This is the Olmsted Road. Put my flash on for a minute. So we're on the Olmsted Road, Chemin Olmsted. Lac au Castor is Beaver Lake, and Chalet Mont Royal, which is that way. We'll do that another night. I do have other videos on my channel, of course, of that. And there's the Rachel Street entry, and there's the Duluth entry, which is down these stairs here. We'll keep walking where we're going, and this is the marker, kilometer marker, 1.7 kilometers. Hard to see, it's really reflective. Oh, there you go. All right, so we'll keep walking on Olmsted Road, which is this one. One of my favorite features of Mount Royal is in the springtime, this here, these little trenches fill up with water with the spring melt, and it's really relaxing, the sound of the trickling water. Now, I'll keep my flash on a little bit, why not? You can definitely tell it's winter up here. Not a lot of snow this year yet, but definitely some on the ground. We had a white holiday season, which I was happy about. Another thing about Mount Royal, although it's a natural hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it, the paths and the infrastructure were designed, I believe, by Olmsted, which is what this path is named after. And yeah, that's the person who this path is named after. And I believe it's the same individual that designed Central Park in New York City. I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure I read that. Look at those beautiful rocks there on that cliff. Just a little tidbit. About a decade or so ago, I actually climbed this ravine here all the way up. It took me about half an hour to an hour. That was quite the climb. And there comes a point where you get to the top, near the top, and there's a big ledge. And I was trying to figure out how to get from the ledge to the next level. And I was pretty scared. I was actually about 5-10 minutes kind of frozen with fear. But I found out how to put my foot and my hand onto another rock. And I believe it was winter when I did it, because that way if I did fall, I'd have a little bit of cushioning. And I'm not the only person that did that. There's a path there as well where I followed, where people were going up, I guess, other dates. But yeah, if you're into a challenging walk, do that. But just be warned, it's a little bit of a challenge. But it's not impossible, it's doable. And there's another one down here similar to that I think I did in the summertime. And yeah, you kind of see, if you really want to, you could climb. It looks like people have attempted it. Alright, so here we have a little split here. Chameleon Hood is that main road up there where the cars go, where they wanted to close it to traffic a few years ago. I'm going to go to the Rachel entrance. And you knew if you read my video, or sorry, if you saw my video in the past, you know my personal opinion on that street being closed to cars. Chameleon Hood, I was all for it. I believe that street should be only for cyclists, buses, and emergency vehicles, because you know what, Mount Royal is it's a sacred natural place. I don't believe people should be bringing their cars up there and speeding and squealing their tires. It's really, especially in the summer, it's really very annoying. You have young people that go up there and cause a ruckus. And yeah, I say just keep it as is for cyclists and buses and emergency vehicles, you know. And a lot of times people take that road as a shortcut to get from around east of the mountain to the western side of the mountain. But anyways, maybe one day things will change and it'll be only a cyclist and pedestrian and public transit area. Because like I said, it's you know, they did try it out, but there was an uproar, and they did make some changes. They put a nice barrier so people can't make U-turns, and they also, I think, put a certain section just for cyclists and pedestrians. So it is what it is. So here they're doing some work on the path, I believe. Some maintenance work. Oh, it says here plantation work. So they're saying don't go there. They're doing work on the vegetation, the trees, the plants. Another thing that's worth noting about Mount Royal is during the 1998 ice storm, where here's another description. Yeah, during the 1998 ice storm, a lot of these trees, well, trees that used to be here, got knocked down because of the heavy ice in January 1998. And the mountain still hasn't fully recovered yet. Now these are obviously from recently. Any trees that fell down in 98 are probably gone by now and probably disintegrated. Biodegraded. Alright, so now we're coming back to civilization, so to speak. And ooh, this is exactly where I wanted to exit. So we're gonna go down here. These are natural steps, if you want to call it. But look at that ice, very dangerous if you're not looking where you're going. And that noisy here, by the way, is a hockey rink near here. It's a municipal hockey rink, outdoor rink, where people are probably playing hockey. Perfect night for that, being on the ice outdoors. Whoa, almost fell. Yikes. Well, that was a close one. See, I was holding my camera, my phone, and I didn't want to let go. That was a close one. Hey, I could have taken these stairs, but hey, makes the video a bit more interesting. There's some more rocks with ice on them. And because it's cold, my nose is getting congested as well. But there we are, we're back on flat ground. And where I started the video from is Peel Street. We'll keep walking this way. So hopefully you enjoyed that little video. I'll do a better winter walking video here one day. Maybe before the New Year's. because it is a beautiful place. And if you ever want to get away from the stress of the city, I recommend one of two things: nature parks like Cap Saint Jacques or whatever, or come to Mount Royal. Nice open area here. Turn my flash off. Alright, so we're coming near the base now. I think that's Pine Avenue down. No, that's not Pine Avenue. That's I think Park Avenue. Yeah, so I'll cut the video here, and as always, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna warm up my hands, and more videos to come. Have a good night all.